Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Beautiful day. Why are you single? Let's just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So I got a question from someone asking, why are they single? It's been a year and a half. They're scratching their back. They're confused. They're like, hey, Ralph, I'm so beautiful. Why is this happening to me? So this is the first part in the series of Why Are You Single? And we're going to cover it from many different angles. This is sexology, water, fire, hot, cold, yin, yang, daddy's home. We're back. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So we are going to play the being single means game. And what we're going to do is I'm going to say a whole load of statements. Being single means, and one of them is going to apply to you, and you're going to use these tools to help you find out why you are single. I've been in relationships, then I've been single. I've been in relationships, and then I've been single. Then I've been in relationships again. So being single can affect all of us. But being single means you know your worth and you aren't willing to settle for a mediocre relationship. Slow motion this side. You're like, Ralph, yes, I'm not settling. I don't blame you because you are fabulous and you know it. And you are waiting for the right person to come along and just hug you, squeeze you like you really know you are worthy of. Okay? Many times we've got a choice and we know it, but we don't just want to go with the first person that comes our way because we have standards. And that is a beautiful feeling to honor your standards. Okay? Does that apply to you? Being single means, wait for it. You never made time for commitment because a relationship just wasn't a top priority for you. Do you remember when you were really small and they were like, what's your biggest dream? And you're like, I just want to meet Ralph Smart. I just want to be a scientist, a doctor, a lawyer, a basketball player, pianist. Only a few of us said, actually, I just want to be in a great relationship. So in our subconscious mind, many of us, relationships just aren't at the top of the list in our priorities. And you got to ask yourself, okay, am I making time? Am I making time to be available so I can meet someone who is really going to inspire me? I'm going to inspire them. Do I even have time for myself, first and foremost? Okay, I realized along my early journey, before I had a relationship, I didn't even have time for myself. And that's a reason why a lot of people are single, because they don't have time for commitment. They are way too busy. You're working here, working there. It's what I call men of power and women of power. I've spoken about this before. Ladies, if you are meeting a guy and he hasn't really become self-actualized, achieved at least one goal, you might be in a relationship with him, but he's never there. And how do I know that happens? Because I get over 2,000 messages every single day. And a lot of them are like, Ralph, my guy, he's never around. So many people are even in relationships, but they are single. Okay? So being single means that you got to start finding time. You got to start making relationships a top priority. And then you will find your true reflection. Being single means that you have to trust the timing of your life. Just like in nature, you observe the beautiful seasons. It's the same for relationships. Sometimes there is no harvest, and then sometimes you just find someone beautiful when you least expect. You got to trust the timing. You may not find that person today or tomorrow. And the cat down the road saying, or even next month, it always says that. But sure enough, you will meet your reflection so long as you are in tune with the truth of who you are. Okay? And that's what I've seen along my journey. I found the one I love doing what I love. True story. Slow motion this side. They always say a lady loves a guy in uniform. What are we talking of? A guy that's focused, working on his dream and his vision. That's attractive because we see that, okay, he's doing something. So sometimes you got to realize that, trust the timing, continue with your day-to-day life. Be so in love with your purpose and it will come. Okay? But trust the timing. Be patient. Like if you read the autobiographies of some people, they're like, yeah, I met my dream partner at 54 years old. Well, I hope we don't have to wait that long. Can I get a hello there? But you do have to trust the timing, because sometimes when you really want it, it doesn't come. And when you don't want it, it comes, it falls on your lap, just like a beautiful apple falling from a tree. Eat it. Okay? Being single means that you have been a half searching for another half for so long. You have been an incomplete half searching for another incomplete half, and now both of you make up two incomplete halves. Being single means you have to become whole, and then you will find your reflection. Then you will become whole with someone else. You'll have a holy connection. Right? You have a whole deeper connection. And that's what it's all about. You see, many of us, we are kind of empty inside and we want someone to complete us. You see, happiness begins with yourself. And when it comes to finding that dream partner, you've really got to go within yourself to become whole. And I've seen it along my journey, a lot of working on myself every single day in becoming my greatest version. That's why right now I've got so much to give, because I'm living my purpose every single day. You see, many of us think, oh, I have this entitlement to just find the dream partner. Now, what I'm here to tell you is that you don't. Like, have you worked on yourself? Being single means you have to get comfortable in the training room, because you are here right now to work on yourself, to really become a better human being. So when you actually do meet someone, you have a whole lot more to give. 7-day vegan challenge, blowing up in a beautiful way. Being single means you have in your mind this clear vision of meeting another vegan. And nobody else will suffice. It just won't do. You got a goal. I always say, if you've got a goal, write it down, say it aloud, make it clear, and visualize it. So you are visualizing right now, and then act like you've already got it, right? It's already here. So you are visualizing right now someone with a whole load of tomatoes in their mouth, arugula, kale, basically eating a plant-based diet. But you're like, Ralph, why can't I find a good vegan man? That's what ladies write and They tell me that. They're like, Ralph, why can't I just find a good vegan man? Right? Because food is very important. I've seen it along my journey. I was dating a woman and I was a vegan. She was eating meat. It just wasn't working. Why? Because she kept eating tomato ketchup. And I'm like, okay, I'm helping people become their greatest versions, eat healthier. And this is not someone I want to kiss right now. Okay, so when I met someone who was eating a plant-based diet, the relationship was far better. Okay, because we could actually sit down together on the table and vibe over a beautiful cacao smoothie with chia seeds on top and a little bit of vanilla. Okay, so it's okay. I'm here to tell you it's okay to be single, and it's okay to also be fussy, because food is important. If you are eating a plant-based diet and you have these standards, you want someone else to be eating the same, it goes back to trusting the timing. Right now, a lot of people are improving their health, and you will sure enough meet someone who is going to wake up with you every single day and stuff a whole bunch of grapes in their mouth. Being single means you got to find someone on the same level of consciousness as you. Being single means you got to find someone on the same wave level of consciousness as you. And I've seen it along my journey. I'm diving deep. I'm realizing we are infinite beings having a human experience. So when I'm connecting with someone, I ask big questions like, how was the universe created? I'm diving deep. I'm like, okay, what do you know about the pineal gland? What do you know about the third eye? What do you know about the third eye? What do you know about indigos? Now, if this person is completely silent, that's cool. But at the same time, I know there's going to be a problem down the line, because I'm like, we may not be vibrating on the same wave level. Right now, there is a massive awakening happening on the planet. That's why relationships are changing at a rapid rate, because people are having the shift in consciousness, and therefore it is interfering with their relationships. Because once you wake up to a whole new world, it's like you hope the other person could come with you. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that, because everyone is at a different level of consciousness. So when you find someone with the same level of consciousness as you, that's how the relationship begins to blossom. But being single sometimes means that you haven't found anybody on your wave level yet. But that's okay. Be patient and it will come. Being single means you let a good one go. You let a good one go, okay? And now you're like, I'm screwed, Ralph. I've let a good one go before. When I was young, I'm like, she was so amazing. What was I thinking? I'm mad right now, right? But I'm an alchemist. I got over it. Actually, I didn't. I got over it. No, I didn't actually. I miss her so much, okay? Look, I realized this, that when I was younger, when I was a teenager, 17, I really didn't know who I was. I was running around reckless without knowledge of self. And sometimes when you are single, it's because you let a good one go. Sometimes we don't appreciate people that we are with until they are no longer in our life. Slow motion this side. And when I got into a relationship, it was because I started to appreciate people, because I was talking about it every single day. If you let a good one go, ask yourself this: how can I improve myself so I won't screw up the next time in a relationship? Because sometimes we don't want to take responsibility that we screwed it up, okay? What can I learn from this experience? What lessons can I extract from this relationship that I can take into the next one? What could I have done differently? Could I have bought them flowers instead of chocolate? You should have bought them flowers. They don't eat chocolate. I told you, okay? Being single means you have huge expectations, okay? I meet a lot of guys who tell me, Ralph, I've got so many expectations. My girlfriend's got to be like this. Same thing as ladies tell me the same. My guy's got to be like this, right? Okay, lesbians tell me the same thing, and gays. He's got to be like this, she's got to be like that, okay? A lot of people have huge expectations of their partner. Well, they got to be a vegan. They got to know about the third eye. Like, who says that? Goodness gracious, right? I have huge expectations. And sometimes it's only because we have huge expectations of ourselves. What I've learned along my journey is this, and it really hit home when I realized, oh my days, nobody is perfect. And for my whole life, I've been visualizing a princess. And when I finally meet this princess, I realize, oh my gosh, she's a princess. And then she turns into something totally different. Ladies, you know what it's like. You find a Prince Charming, and then next morning he's a frog. What happened? Get a refund. That's what happened. Okay? Nobody is perfect. Look, are you perfect? Then why are you expecting other people to be perfect? What's helped me along my journey is to realize this. You gotta sometimes drop and lose one huge expectation. And for me, it was, I don't expect people to be perfect in a relationship. I don't even expect a relationship to be perfect. There are going to be arguments, ups and downs, but you live to see another day. And you really got to realize that if you are single, stop having this massive checklist, because that could actually be preventing you from finding this marvelous person that could hug you for like 8 hours. That's a long hug. Okay. And by the time you're finished, you're like, oh, did I just have an orgasm? Kind of. Okay. Look, being single means this, that you got to learn how to see new relationships with new eyes. I get it. You are afraid of getting hurt again. That's why a lot of people are single. They don't want the same thing to happen again. It was terrible, Ralph. My last relationship. I get it. We've all been there. But this is a new relationship with a new person. So you really got to learn how to see new relationships with new eyes. Don't carry past baggage from an old relationship into a new relationship. That's going to taint the relationship. And you really got to learn that lesson. Being single means you got to work on yourself daily. You got to ask yourself, okay, me as a human being, I'm not perfect. I have a lot of flaws. Is it commitment issues? Do I have to make more time for my partner? And you got to start doing that, okay? Stop trying to think it's everyone else's fault. Start taking responsibility to say, oh, actually, it's me for a change. And that is so empowering. Being single means trusting that you will find a beautiful being that will respect you and even massage your toes. You see, what helped me along my journey was to realize this. The moment you realize, when you stop searching for it, it comes. Slow motion inside. Being single means you got to sometimes stop searching for it. You got to allow it to come to you. It doesn't mean you have to be passive. You've got to be active in your purpose. You see, nothing is more attractive than authenticity. When I see a woman who is so focused on what she's doing, that's automatically attractive. Ladies, when you see a guy who's just living his purpose, that's so attractive because he isn't coming from a needy place. He's got himself together, okay? And he's focused, and that means he can provide for me. Actually, I can provide for him because I earn more than him. That's another story, Ralph. Okay, I get it, okay? You got to trust that you will find your reflection once you are in divine alignment with your true purpose. Being single means you got to start putting back the broken pieces of yourself together. You got to start healing yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself to realize, actually, I'm a pretty awesome person. And there is someone who is absolutely gonna love to be in my presence. Stop saying that you aren't good enough for people. For goodness sakes, look at you. You're gorgeous, right? Even the cat down the road knows that. So start saying, actually, I am worthy for this love I have been craving for. But it actually comes once I actually start embodying it. Slow motion inside. And then you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We are out here in nature. Life is great. Life is fantastic. Life is blessed. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. We're out here, baby. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Just... woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. In nature, stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You.